Today I want to talk about using Markdown on the iPad. No, I'm not going to use any third-party app. I'll be using my favorite A shell and I'll be using the VIM editor in that. And I'll also show how we can render these Markdown. So this will be now good complete setup in itself. I've opened up the A shell already. Let me just fire up VIM and create a simple hero.markdown.md. And let's see. So let's go to the insert mode, just put some title. You see that the title itself is pretty thick in text. If I go to the level down, you see that this is level 2. And if you'll see that as and when I'm going down the level, the thickness of the text is gradually reducing. So let's try and write some of the different kinds of markdown tags. Okay, so let's just use some bullets. This is some list. Now if you see that the regular text is thinner than the text which I was using for the titles for different levels, and let's have alpha, beta, gamma, and now we see that already this seems to have told you the right syntax. Now let's see, we also get bold text. Now you see that it's already rendering bold very nicely. We can also get some italics. Right, so this is good. And since this entire project is running on A shell, which is my favorite app, let's give back something to A shell. So I went onto the A shell page. Let's try and include this image. I'll copy this URL and let's put in some alt text and let's put in the image URL. Okay, so far so good. So now we have an MD markdown file saved. Oops. Okay, I have this markdown file saved. Now I want to be able to execute this markdown, basically render this markdown into an HTML. That's the simplest use case. And I can use some app to then open up the rendered view. So I found out an excellent Python only package, which is called Python Markdown2. The good thing about this package is that it does not have any other dependencies, and I don't need to install any Haskell like Pandoc package, which is a very heavy package compared to this Python Markdown2. And since it's a Python only package, this can be easily installed using A shell, so which I had also already done. So if I just quit, so all you need to do is to do pip install, and what's the name of this package? Markdown2. I've already done this, so it should say already satisfied. And now what you can do is to write markdown2, name of your file, which is hello.md, and you can pipe it to hello.html, let's say. Right, is that the way we do this? Right, so that's the way we do this. And now if we go into the files tab, we already have now a hello created, a hello.html created, which you can see, but I want to open this in the documents app. So let me just click on, oops, was that a preview that I looked at, which was also good? Does that also work? I just want to open this in documents. So all I can do is to do, okay, let me just go and open this in documents app. And you already see that this is now rendered. So you're able to see the rendered HTML. But of course, I can also pull in the multitasking view. And multitasking view, I can again open up the MD, and let me just go into the insert mode. Let me just make some changes. Now this is level 4, and this is some other syntax. Let's see if all of these work or not. Now I can, without having to quit the Vim editor, I can just do markdown2, and I can type percentage to indicate the current file, and I can do hello.html. Okay, sorry, so this said there was no change since the last edit, so I'll have to also write the change, and then let me just run this. Now if you see on the left hand side, the changes have been made, and other also seems to be in a slightly different text format. So there you have it. So you have a fully functional markdown editor which shows you even within the editor the different styles. For example, you can see the bold, italics, the list, and then you can simply use the documents app to render this, render the HTML, and then you can very quickly view it. Now you can of course save this HTML also as simply as a PDF. So quite a fully functional system without having to require any third-party application.